Yeah, so I think that clothing in itself, it's not that important. It's clothing. I think what is more important is what it can do for you. And in the business world, it's not quite as direct as I might like it to be. In certain avenues, like with sports, you watch a football game, you can see very directly how the clothing the football players are wearing is affecting how they play the game. Imagine a quarterback out there not wearing a helmet, no pads. How quickly would he release that football, right? So in that avenue, we see, man, this makes a big difference. In the business world, we don't quite see that correlation, even though it exists. So if a business person can't get a deal to go through, he might walk out of that meeting, he's probably not gonna think to himself, well, was my clothing on par with what I was trying to accomplish? And the truth of the matter is, maybe it did make a difference. Maybe it made a very small difference, who knows? But it does make some sort of difference. A funny story about this, back when I was in Chicago, one day I had a pair of shoes that it's called the metal bit. The metal bit broke. It was a nice enough pair of shoes. It made sense to have the shoes repaired rather than just thrown out. So one day, between appointments, I walked down to the Ferragamo store there on Michigan Avenue, showed them the shoes, said, hey, can you guys fix this? They said, yeah, no problem. I was like, okay, great. How much will it cost? They said, oh, we won't charge you. Didn't think much of it, but picked them up. The shoes are great. I still wear them today, actually. But then a coworker of mine at the time had a similar problem happen with a pair of his shoes. So one day, on a Saturday, dressed casually, he walked down to that same store, walked in, said, hey, can you guys fix this? They said, yeah, sure, no problem. He said, well, how much will it cost? They said, about $60. So the next time I see him, Jonathan's like, what's the deal here, man? They didn't charge you for this. Why are they charging me? I said, look at yourself. Looked like you're about to go play beach volleyball, not become a customer. So, too late. Well, the best part about that story is that a few weeks later, he got the phone call, the shoes were ready, walked down there, this time on a weekday, dressed well, like he usually is, and picked up the shoes. They were great. He said, oh, thanks so much. How much do I owe you? And they said, we'll take care of it. So most of the time in life, we don't put on a suit. People don't start throwing free stuff at us, but it does affect how people perceive us and what we get out of life.